Hello, this is Catherine Marie, and you are listening to Long COVID Real Talk podcast. Yesterday, I did a lot of moving of things. I did hire help through TaskRabbit, which is an app where you can hire people to help you do stuff. And I hired somebody to carry all the stuff and to take it to the road. But I have a really hard time not doing things. And I still ended up carrying a lot of things that I probably shouldn't have. And I also decided halfway through that I wanted to clean up the backyard from all of the pots that are empty as we're starting to plant things in the ground. So I wanted to go over today what an episode of Post-Exertional Malaise, or PEM, is like. This one should probably not be as long as others because it was such a short time that I was active yesterday, but I still wanted to kind of go through what it's like inside the body of somebody who's having a post-exertional malaise episode. So first, there's this headache. It's kind of a dull headache, and it's all over your head. Your eyes are very light sensitive, and they're having trouble focusing on things. You feel kind of dizzy. It's kind of hard to move your head without feeling dizzy. And all light and all sound feels like it's way, 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 way too much for your body to handle at the moment. It's kind of like being really, what is that word? Hungover. Like you've had too much alcohol to drink, and then the next day you feel really bad. It also feels like you're drugged. Um, there's this tension on either side of my nose, under my eyes, and my forehead. Um, I have earplugs in because all noise feels like it's really, really loud. And I feel really hot. I took my temperature and it is 100 degrees Fahrenheit. And my throat and mouth are just, how do I explain it? They're just like kind of dry a little bit, but it's it's a combination of the throat and the chest just not working real well together. It's like each breath is a little bit, it's kind of hard to take a breath. It's like it feels like there's a lot of weight on your chest, and it kind of feels a little bit like when I had acute COVID and I felt like there was a lot of pressure on my chest and it was hard to breathe really deeply. It's kind of like that. So Um, I have a pulse ox and I have a CPAP. A pulse ox measures how much oxygen is in your blood, but I don't like the mechanism of breathing is not the problem. It's like you can tell that at a molecular level, the oxygen is not doing what it's supposed to do, and you just feel like you can't really get a good breath, even though there's nothing really stopping you from breathing. It's known as air hunger. So it just feels like you can breathe, but it's hard to breathe and it's a lot of energy to breathe. And uh, yeah, it just feels bad. And then your arms and legs feel really heavy. It feels like your body, it's really hard to move it. You have to think really hard over and over, say, okay, I need to move my leg. I need to move my leg. Okay. And then it doesn't move, and you're like, okay, come on, I really need to move my leg. And for a long time at the beginning, I couldn't move anything when I was like this. So just the fact that I can eventually move if I keep thinking about it enough and keep trying to push myself to do it, then if that is better than it used to be, because it used to be that I couldn't, even no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't really move myself because of the level of exhaustion. So, um, I also felt kind of nauseous and just kind of dizzy. It just feels like I said, like you're either drunk or drugged or both. So it's hard to think straight. It's hard to think about anything. It's hard to sit up because your body feels really weak and it feels like it doesn't have enough energy even to keep you upright in your core. It's like your muscles don't work. And well, let's see what else. Um, there's this whole sense of like an exhaustion to your bones that and that also that makes it more difficult to move. And oh, what was the last thing I was going to say? Oh yeah, there's this whole sense of malaise, and it's malaise is so hard to explain, at least for me, because it's like it's painful, but it's not pain. It's like your body just feels really sick and like it can't really move, and you just feel terrible. And it's hard to even finger point why. You just feel horrible. So I think that's pretty much it. So in these situations, you spend a lot of the time beating yourself up for whatever activity you did that you feel contributed to your current state. And then after the self-flagellation, then you feel kind of angry or depressed or sad. Basically, you are grieving your life as you once knew it, and therefore all of the facets of grief can come out at any time. But I think the important thing during this sort of thing is to try to stay calm, try to not get angry, but just try to look at yourself more with curiosity instead of judgment. And also, you know, I'm trained as a nurse practitioner, so I also think of it like I have to think of myself as a patient, not a nurse practitioner. Because when you're practicing as a nurse practitioner, you're the well one, and you're trying to help someone else become well again. But now I'm not the well one. I am the sickie, and so I just need to try to view myself with compassion and just kind of like an omnipotent acknowledgement that this is my current reality, and no amount of raging or bartering or whatever is going to change anything. So you just think to yourself, okay, I am having a post-exertional malaise episode, and it's hard to move, and I feel like crap. It's hard to think even about basic things. It's hard to find words. So the only way that you feel better when you have something like this, like an episode of post-exertional malaise, is just resting and being okay with just resting and not feeling angry or sad or whatever. Actually, it's okay to feel angry or sad that you can't do anything and you're just stuck in your bed. I think that's okay. But just try to remember that it's temporary, that your life isn't going to be like this for the rest of your life, and that you'll feel better again soon. Okay, I'm going to roll over and take a nap, but I wanted to express when I'm having some post-exertional malaise how it's feeling. And I did do an episode on this a long time ago, and I think it was 5 days that I had a post-exertional malaise flare-up. So it started yesterday for me. We'll see how long it goes, but that's it for now. Have a good day. Take care. Bye.